Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Doing pretty well. I started marketing last night. I got one guy who's almost ready to put a $5,000 non-refundable deposit down on a $15,000 assignment
All
fee,
right,
homie.
so that's awesome. So it's 8, right?
Yeah,
Um, so when you texted me last night, you got the contract signed. But did you speak to her husband?
yeah. They both signed it. Both the husband and the wife signed. He was the primary name on title, so I made him the primary signer, and then she was the spouse, so I had her sign as the spouse. So they both have signed for the
Right.
arrangement
She's
is
not on
that
the title, if
that's fine,
I'm
but
not mistaken.
that's right. But the spouse will have to sign. So it was important to get
Oh
both
yeah.
signatures on this.
Okay.
Yeah, so the
Interesting.
arrangement I made
Okay.
was I will pay the mortgage starting November 1st. The only thing I need you to
Right. That
do
was what.
is don't let it get past 90 days late. So he said he's going to make one payment to catch
Mm-hmm.
up November so that it doesn't get that late.
Okay.
And then anything he has
Right.
paid since November goes back to him as cash at closing.
Anything paid past November goes back to him. And so, is it just a regular purchase and sale agreement? Like I've never done this creative type deal before. I've done hundreds of wholesale flips,
Right.
but basically it's a regular transaction with the title company. It's just that he's keeping the mortgage in his name,
That's right.
correct?
Yeah, because the place he's moving
Okay.
to does not. I think he said they're moving to a place like there's a ranch and cattle and stuff, and housing is going to be provided, so they don't
Hmm.
need to get a new loan.
Right, that was a big deal. I remember her telling us
Yeah,
that, and
that's
that
pretty
makes a
sweet.
big difference because well, if they are trying to go get another mortgage
That would have
and
made
they
this a lot
already
tougher.
have a mortgage. Yeah, there are workarounds, right? There we still could potentially do it,
Yeah,
but
I could do like a
it makes
lease,
it
1 year lease, and show them, first and last month payment, and then talk to their underwriter on their new loan and say, look, I'm
yeah.
the property manager now. This is rented out professionally. Don't count this against their
Yeah.
DTI. So we
Okay.
we could have done all that, but I've got a guy. I just talked to him. He's pretty excited about it. He's like, "What?" So I know you're waiting on pictures and final numbers. Everything's approximate, but this looks like a good deal. What do I need to do to be your buyer? Um, it.
So you wouldn't be keeping this. We would basically be wholesaling it.
I was wanting to keep it, but then I prayed about it and I got a definite answer, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just move on and start marketing, and um,
Nice.
and then
Nice. Love it. So the buy price was what, 110?
no, it's $100,000 approximate. It's whatever the mortgage balance was plus the payments since November,
Okay. And so
which was
let's
one
say
thousand
it's
one
around.
hundred thousand $500 as of right now.
Okay, and then how much were you marketing it for?
117 approximate.
So it'd be a $15,000 assignment fee.
That's right. So now we're
Well, that's
splitting.
awesome.
Yeah, now we're splitting 15,000.
Well, that's amazing. And I
Yeah,
mean, like I said, I want to get this one going. As important as the money is, this is going to light a fire under my rear end, under my ass, because now I'm going to go try to get a bunch more deals for us to do. I've
yeah,
just needed, like, it's proof of concept, you know?
yep. Yeah, so
I
my
really need
my purchase
two
and
to,
sale agreement, any purchase and sale agreement I guess would work to get it under contract, but you're going to need addendums for the sub 2.
any purchase that, okay, and then, so that's what you have.
I don't even have the addendum. I can get it if I need it, but I use a what is it? A transaction coordinator who is a
Right?
superstar at just walking people through all the lines and the blanks and the extra pages. So I don't even overwhelm the seller with those pages right now. I just have a contract that says that they will sign. They agree to the sub 2 addendum, whether it's attached here or they'll sign it before closing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just
Okay.
sub that out to the transaction coordinator because this
Mm-hmm.
lady, she's got a beautiful voice. She just walks them through everything calmly.
She's a
She's got
rock
all the
star.
Yeah, she's got all the answers.
That's good.
Yep.
Now, what about a title company? This is in Aztec, New Mexico. Do you know of a title company there?
Not yet. I'm reaching into the sub 2 community to find who's going to be the best title company. And in fact, if my buyer's from the sub 2 community and they have a preferred title company, I'm going to let them use that company.
Okay. I see what you mean. And I do that too. A lot of the time, I'll just let the buyer pick it because the buyer has a relationship with the title company and they've done deals with them. They know each other, and
Yeah.
it makes it easier for the buyer. Now, I can also market this. I don't know if I told you that I have the Investor Lift software, which is
Ooh,
basically every buyer nationwide. Many of
nice,
them have been skip traced and vetted.
nice.
So we don't have pictures of the house yet, I don't think, unless maybe there's some online.
She's there. Zillow has a lot of good pictures from when it sold in
Okay.
2017. It looks substantially
All
the
right. That's
same based on the blurry pictures
yeah.
she sent me today. I'm having her retake. I think it was
Okay.
early morning and not very bright. So I said, look, I need better pictures than that. I'm going to send you a cheat sheet via email, and you get me all those photos and send it back. And then I still need paper copies of
Okay.
or PDFs of your actual mortgage balance and whatnot.
Right. That's
So
cool. Okay, so I can also market this out. I think it's better if we both do. And maybe try to sell it for a little more, or maybe I end up finding the buyer. But
yeah,
could you send me the contract? I'd like to just see it for my own reference.
I got to ask inside the community if we're allowed to release that. I
So
mean, I'm
what is this community? Is this
oh,
Pace
yeah,
Morby
Pace
subject
Morby.
to?
Yeah, Pace Morby Subto community. Yeah, it's paid, and we're under pretty strong non-disclosure agreement about several things within the mentorship.
Well, I understand that, but I still would like to see it. I mean we're JVing on it, and I'd like to know. Or I mean, if you don't want to send it to me, I understand, but I just would like to see it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see the HUD and the closing documents at least. If you can't send me the contract, um, I mean, to be honest with you, I'd probably end up being able to get it from the title company. So it's up to you. If you don't want to send it to
I
me,
imagine they're
that's
probably
fine.
public record. It's just I haven't done a deal with somebody outside of
I
a sub
understand.
two outside
Pace
of the community.
Morby makes it really strict that he doesn't want people sharing this information, right?
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah,
like 8 grand to join his course, I think.
yeah. Well, and it's been worth it for just the connections I've made, but also the education and the access to the contracts and stuff. And I think that's part of what
Hmm.
makes it valuable, you know.
Well, maybe I'll sign up for it with the assignment fee we make with this deal. But
Perfect. I can get you a
I
discount
will.
with my referral code too.
Okay, there you go. Sweet. Maybe I will.
Okay,
Because
I'll
I
ask inside the
respect Pace
community before
Morby.
I just want to make sure I respect the non-disclosure agreement. Um,
It's
and I'm
cool.
pretty sure
Either way, I'm
they're out
not
there
too worried
available on
about it.
public record somewhere.
Right. Well, more importantly is let's get more deals going. I'm hitting the
Yeah.
phones. I'm getting seller leads because this shows that. But what did you market it one for 117?
Yes.
Well, maybe I'll send it for like 119. And then you just said like with seller financing type of transaction, or
It's a
you
sub two.
put that in the Subto. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So that
All right. Well,
117 includes the assignment fee. Um, I'll send you. I'm making up a one page. It's actually going to be on my website. I'm making up a one page. I'm
uh
waiting for this information from the seller. However,
okay.
listen, this guy that I just talked to, he wants to lock it up before he's got to do his own analysis this afternoon, early afternoon, but he wants to lock it up before it goes mainstream and there becomes a bidding war. And I said, if you send me a $5,000 non-refundable deposit, it's yours.
Well, then we should give him a shot before I blast it out.
I tend to
Because
agree,
as soon as
and I'm still putting
as
together the
soon as I
page.
send it out,
Yeah,
what's that?
I tend to agree because I'm still building all the information. I'm still collecting some of the information from the seller. Right? We don't even have a full
Yeah,
announcement
we
to
we
make.
just got this. And as soon as I send it out, I'm going to start getting calls and texts and then people wanting to see it and make bids on it, which is all a good thing. But if you told that to this other buyer, we should at least give them a day or maybe even until early next week because Friday's a holiday.
Well, what I told him
Tomorrow's
was
Christmas. So,
nothing's final until the wire goes into the title company. Once the
well, that's
5,000
true.
non-refundable is wired, then it's a real deal and we're locked in and it's yours.
All
Because
right,
he
perfect.
he he
Well,
said, well, what happens after today? like I said, once you get all the information, I said, well, I'm building a little web page with all the information that I'm going to blast out to anybody who's in. He said, oh, there's other people interested. I said, yeah, I'm talking to like 12 people right now. Some people want to wrap it and sell it on seller finance to an end buyer. The Airbnb market looks pretty good for it. I talked to a local Airbnb manager, or actually a property owner, who said that amazingly that area is actually pretty good for Airbnb. He goes, oh, okay, well, I mean, this looks like a pretty good deal, and it looks what $21,000 to get into it. And I said, yep, that's your cash at close. Is you got to bring $21,000 to the table, which you can get with a private money lender, and then be paying like $150 a month or something like that in interest, and you can be zero cash out of pocket to do that deal. And he's like, yeah,
Yeah, that's a pretty attractive deal.
yeah. So,
So
oh
that sounds good. I have a couple hundred buyers, and I don't want to send this to them. Let's give this guy a chance first.
yeah, once I get all the information together, he will have to make a yes no decision, and then if he says yes, I'll give him till like the next day to get it wired, and then if not, then we'll blast it.
All right, that sounds good. And if you can send me the contract, that would be great. If not, I understand. It's not a big deal. More
Okay.
importantly, is let's just get more deals going.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, good talking to you. I'm
Perfect.
excited about this. Let's get
Yeah,
this done.
I am too, man. I'll keep you posted on anything else I get, Caleb. I appreciate it.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, you got it. Bye.
Bye.